What up, friends? So let's talk about turn twist. A lot of you guys are struggling with turn twisting, meaning rotating on the board anytime you're doing a turn because your body is not in control. So what do I mean by that? A lot of times with the turn twist, it's all about your core strength. Step is not just cardio based. It's not just about how lighter you are on your feet, but it's also related to how much you can control your body with core and arms. So a lot of things that I see people doing when they're doing their turn twist is a lot of wild arms. When you have wild arms, it's going to knock you off your balance. Therefore, you won't be able to land in the proper areas of the board where your foot needs to be close to the board. It's going to take you off. Also, if you have a weak core and you don't suck your stomach in as you're turning, you'll also steer away from the board. So a turn twist typically is I like to turn into my right shoulder, pivoting out, and then turn, catch. Okay. When you have wild arms, right, you do your pivot. If you have wild arms, it can take you anywhere. The goal is always to try to remain as tight and straight as possible when you do your turn twist. Relax body when you do your turns, okay? So my goal is I always teach my students to make sure you suck your stomach in so your core is tight, and to also make sure you control your arms and to land close to the board. Hug the board. What do I mean by that? Never further away from 1 foot length away from the board, okay? So take your 1 foot and measure it. You should be inside that perimeter of the board, okay? 1 foot inside the perimeter. You don't want to land right here because then you're struggling to catch the board, okay?
Knee shuffle, turn twist. Knee shuffle, turn twist. Give me 3 knees, 3 steps. 2, 1, 3, 2, kick it back.